Good evening, everyone. Today is the last final session of our tour of CP platforms. Aditya Agrawala joins us for the last special session of the series today. He is a five-star CodeChef coder and a CodeForces specialist and an Android developer. Welcome, Aditya.
Thank you so much for inviting me to take this session. So, should I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me share my screen. I will take you through CodeForces and CodeShare websites. So, let me just share my screen first. Okay, I just wanted to ask that the medium of this session will be in English or should I speak in Hindi? If everybody is comfortable in English, so just or does anybody want me to speak in Hindi? Just write in the chat if anybody. Okay, cool. So, as you can see my screen, this is the CodeForces website. So when you will come to this website and create your account, uh, all this website will come. I know the UI is not very good. CodeForces UI is not very good, but the question here are really great. So as you can see that we have a section here called contest, uh, name as contest, and we have a section here named as problem set. So these two sections will be very important for us. And this is the Coach Chef website after you log in. So this is how you will be created in the Coach Chef website. So in the Code Forces website, when you will go to this section, which is the contest section, as you can see that it is showing to the list of all the current or upcoming contest. And here is the past contest. You don't have to check this. Just this is fine. Current or upcoming contest. So this page will have details about every contest which are planned in the future. Like as you can see, there is a Code Forces round 774 Div 2. It is scheduled on 4th March. The time is given 9 p.m. and the length of the contest is given. The contest will be of 2 hours. So like this, the contest is there, and you have to register for the contest. I've currently registered already, so it is showing registration completed. But at first, you have to register for the contest. If you want me to show, I can show you that also. That here will be a red button. It will be showing register. You have to register for the contest, and then you can participate in the contest. So this is the CodeForces website, and in the Code Chef website, you can come here, and then you can go to compete. In the compete, you will have upcoming challenges. So you can just click on that, and it will take you to a page where you can see all the upcoming contests. Like this is the March cook-off. It is showing here. Compete March cook-off starters. These are all the future contests. In all contests, you can see the list. Like the upcoming coding contest. As you can see, March cook-off, the date, length, everything will be given, and the different contest names will be given there. So these two are the most generic websites in India which are used for competitive coding. Lead code in lead code also there are many contests. In Hacker Earth, HackerRank also there are many contests. But these two sites are renowned internationally. Like every company knows about this two websites. So if you will have good ratings in this websites, it will help you in placements and getting internships like that. So now let me just take you through all the different contests which are which are getting held in this different websites. So like in Code Forces, there are basically three types of contests as you can see here. First is Div 2. This contest is of type Div 2, and this contest, as you can see here, is of type Div 3. So Div 3 contests are actually easier than Div 2 contests. So the questions you will see in this contest will be a lot easier than the questions that you will see in this contest. So as a beginner, it is always recommended to start giving the Div 3 contest and avoiding the Div 2 contest. Just as a beginner. After you give 2 or 3 Div 3 contests, you will get a hang on how the contest work, what is the question level. Then you can start doing Div 2 also. But initially, I will recommend that you should always do Div 3 contest. And this type of contest, like this is shown here based on Olympiad. As you can see, this is Div 1. So as a beginner, you won't be able to participate in Div 1 contest. You will be needing a rating higher than 1600. We will talk about ratings later on, but just remember you won't be able to participate in any Div 1 contest. So you can participate only in Div 2 and Div 3 contest. And the third type of contest that is there is educational round. So educational round is actually like Div 2 only, but the questions are a little bit easier than a proper Div 2 contest. So this is educational round contest. There are three types of contests in Code Forces, and in Code Chef there are different types of contests. Like there is a contest called Cook Off. This Cook Off takes place every month. As you can see, March Cook Off. Like this only, similar like this, there was a February Cook Off last month. So you can see it's scheduled for 5th March, which is day after tomorrow. And there is a contest called as Starters. So Starters, as the name suggests, it's for beginners. So there are different types of starters. Like in this, it is written rated for Div 2, Div 3, and Div 4. So like this, you will be having starters. Like in this starters, it's there is nothing written. So basically, it is only rated for Div 3, and it is only rated for Div 3 and Div 4. In Code Chef, there are four divs. Right now, previously there was only three divs. Right now there are four divs: Div 1, Div 2, Div 3, and Div 4. We will talk about divisions later on. As you can see, there is a March cook-off, and there is a starters. Also, one very good contest that is going on in Code Chef is Long Challenge. So Long Challenge, as you can see that the duration of these contests are very low, like 2 hours, 3 hours. But the Long Challenge takes place for 3 days. So you will get 3 days to solve problems. So if you're a beginner, getting a lot of time to solve questions is only beneficial for you. So as a beginner, I will always suggest you to give long challenges. I also started when I started my CP journey. I only gave long challenges just to get familiarized with the platform and the question level. After that, you can shift on short contests. And there is another contest called lunchtime, as you can see, March lunchtime, and this also takes place every month. So these are the different types of contests in Code Chef, and this I told already told you about the different types of contests in Code Forces. So now let's talk about the rating concept. How will you increase your rating and what is rating exactly? So first let me take you through the Code Chef rating. So if you look here in my account, currently showing 4 star, and the highest rating I will show you later on. So this is a graph, and every dot in this graph is a contest which you will give. So let's say when you will start your journey, the graph will be blank, and when you after giving one contest, there will be one dot here. In any category, it can be in the green zone, blue zone, purple zone, or even yellow zone, according to the performance. Initially, most of the people get their first dot in the green zone only. Green zone is basically your div 3 or div 4 zone. So as you can see here, there are four divs: div 4, div 3, div 2, and div 1. Okay. So if your rating is below 1400, if your rating is below 1400, you are in div 4 and your stars are 1 star. So if your rating is below, just give me a second. If your rating is below 1400 in this section, you will be having 1 star. 1 star. In this section from 1400 to up till 1600, you will be having 2 stars. In this section, you will have 2 stars, and your color will be green. In this section, the blue zone, your rating should be between 1600 to 1800, and you will be having 3 stars. Similarly, from 1800 to 2000, you will be having 4 stars. So as you can see, in every 200 rating change, there is an increment in the star. And people can, if you are a 5 star coder or 6 star coder, people will automatically know that you are doing CP for a lot of time and you are pretty good in competitive programming. And if you are a 2 star or 3 star coder, people will actually know that you are just a beginner. And in 4 star, it's an intermediate range. So as you can see that I told you about the ratings and this graph. So every time you give contest, your rating can go up or it can go down according to the performance you have. So like as you can see, my rating here was 1627, and I was right now 3 star. But after giving another contest, my rating fell to 2 star because my performance was not that good. So like this, your CP journey will go. It will have a lot of ups and lot of downs. So you should never get demotivated when the contest gets pretty bad. As you can see, I faced a big dip here, but you should never get demotivated. So as you can see, then here the current stars will be shown. Current star is 4 star, and here it will be shown highest rating. Highest rating is basically it will show that how much highest star you have achieved. In graph also you can see that if you click on this point, this is the highest point in the graph, and this is the when I achieved 5 stars. So this is basically the graph, and this is the rating pattern. In code forces, however, there are no stars. There are names. Like in the gray area, you will be called a newbie. Gray area is from 0 to 1200. When you will start in code forces, your rating will be 0. After giving a contest, it will increase. So you will start from 0, and after each contest, your rating will increase. And for the time you will be in the gray area, you will be called a newbie. In the dark green area, as you can see, from 1200 to 1400, you will be a pupil. Then from 1400 to 1600, you will be a specialist, and from 1600 to 1900, you will be an expert. And above that, there is candidate, master, master. All of that you can see. I will tell you later on. But when you will start, you will be a newbie, and your target should be to reach expert. Expert is a very respectful rank, I would say. And once you get expert, you will automatically become very good in competitive programming. And for placement wise also, cracking interviews and cracking coding rounds won't be very difficult for you. So you should have a initial target of reaching to expert. So this was basically about the rating slabs in Code Forces and in Code Chef. So to get more familiar with the platform, I will like walk you through solving a problem. So as I said earlier, there is this problem set. So in this problem set, it contains all the past problems which were given in different Code Forces contests. So this you can sort according to the difficulty level. So 800 is the easiest difficulty level in Code Forces. Like you can see, 800 is the easiest, and it can go up till 3000, 3500, like this. So when you're starting out, before giving any contest, you should come here in this problem set question, in this problem set category, and in here this difficulty of problems section, you can just write from 800 to 800 and set apply. So it will automatically sort all the questions which are of the difficulty 800. And these are the easiest questions which are available in CodeForces. You can start practicing with that. So let's say I open a question like this. This is already done, but for demonstration purposes. So you just have to click on the name. This is the problem statement you will receive. You can read first you will read the question. Then you will check how to take the input and what is the desired output pattern. Here is a given test case. So you can analyze your code according to that. If your code works for this input, the desired output this one, and the explanation is also given here. How this output is coming. So in Code Forces, there is no compiler. Unlike Code Chef, which I will show later, Code Chef has its own compiler. So you have to use your own compiler while giving a Code Forces contest. It is always recommended to use an offline compiler. You can also use an online compiler, but it will be very slow. So I generally use VS Code for this purposes. So I can use VS Code to write my code and just test my code. And after I am sure that my code is working for this given test cases, I can submit the code. So like see this in VS Code, I can just come, I can write my code. If I want to write a code, let's say for example, I already solved this question, so I have this logic. Let's see, this is the code. This is my code which I wrote for this question. For this question, then I can just test whether it is working for this test case or not. I can come here, I can just paste my input, and I can just test out the output if it is working or not for this question. As you can see, it is working for this question, and the output is coming this one. Then I can just compare whether it is similar with the output which was given in the question. As you can see, it is similar. I can just copy my code from here, and after coming to this question, there is this tag called submit. So you can submit. Just the question will be selected automatically. You just have to paste the code, and you have to just press submit. After you press submit, it will take some time and it will automatically get another page will reopen. I think I'm having some problems with the internet. Yes. As you can see, it is showing already submitted. So in status, after you come here, it will show you here my name and accepted. Otherwise, it will show you wrong answer test case 5 if your logic is wrong, or it will show you like runtime error if your code doesn't run properly, or it shows a time limit exceeded if the time limit is exceeded, if your uh, logic is right but your code is not efficient enough to work in the time constraints, it will show time limit exceeded. So like this you can you can solve questions, and similarly in the contest there will be 5 questions here. The same pattern will be there. You have to open a question, read the question, and then code it in your local compiler, or even you can use an online compiler. I will also show you the CodeChef compiler, which is an online compiler. Then you can come on submit, just paste your code here and press submit. And in CodeChef, as you can see, I will show you. uh, I will show you a past contest, so it will help you understand how a contest will work. Like this is a past contest, so I have the questions right here. As you can see, we can. It will be you have to participate according to your rating. So as I said, you will be in four divisions. If your rating is below 1400, you will be in division 4. If your rating is from 1400 to 1600, your rating will be division 3. Similarly, my rating is in division 2, so I will enter div 2, and these are the question set for div 2. So let's say I want to submit this solution. I can just open this question. I can read the question. Same input format will be given. Output format will be given. Constraints will be given. Like the input constraints, sample input will be given and sample output will be given. Now after reading the question, I want to code. So I can either code on my local compiler as I told earlier. I can code here, or I can also use CodeChef compiler, which is here. As you can see, I just pressed on the submit button, and a compiler will open. You can set your language. I code in Java. Some people code in C++ or Python or any other language. You can select your language and you can just code here whatever you want to code. And after coding the solution, you can just test here after pasting the test cases. For example, I just copy and paste the test cases. After writing the code, I can just check whether I want to. I can just right now it won't run because I don't have any solution here. So I can just run, and if they give the desired output, I can submit my solution. This is how the platform of Chef works while giving a contest. And I won't recommend using Code Chef for practice. For practice, you should use CodeForces. And for giving contest, you should always use CodeForces and Code Chef both. It is my personal opinion. I personally don't use Code Chef for practice. You can use Code Chef for practice, but I think it is better if you just give contest on this Code Chef platform. And Code Chef is Indian, just food for thought. And these are the two major platforms which are used for competitive programming. And for practice, see, DSA and CP are very different. If you have been doing DSA for a lot of time and you have been good in DSA, it doesn't satisfy that you will be very good in CP. CP is mainly based on greedy algorithms, dynamic programming algorithms, binary search, and in DSA there is all types of algorithms. So uh, before starting competitive programming, you should always come here and go to problem set and practice. Like at least practice 20 problems of 800 levels before giving your first contest. It will help you a lot because when I gave my first contest, I didn't have any practice and I wasn't able to solve even one question. So if you solve 20 problems in around 800 difficulty in the contest, you will be able to solve at least one question. So just come here, practice, and then start giving contests in both Code Forces and Code Chef. And in Code Chef, I will suggest you guys, you should all give the long challenge which is coming. As you can see, the long challenge is scheduled for 11th of March. So just come on 11th of March and start giving the long challenge. It will help you learn a lot. So this is how the Code Chef UI is very good, as you can see. It will help you a lot. And for DSA practice, and there are many different websites like Lead Code, Gigs for Geeks, Hacker Earth, Hacker Rank. So I personally don't practice in Hacker Earth or Hacker Rank, so I won't tell you about that. Different companies usually take the coding round in Hacker Earth or Hacker Rank. So it's better if you practice like 4 or 5 questions there to just get familiar with the UI. Otherwise, I would suggest for DSA, you can either choose Geeks for Geeks or LeetCode, but choose only one website. Don't do in both of the website. For DSA, you can choose LeetCode or Geeks for Geeks and just practice DSA from there. For competitive programming, you should practice from Code Forces. It's my personal suggestion. You should practice from Code Forces. And regarding contest, you should give contest in both Code Chef and Code Forces. And there is one more concept known as upsolving. So what is upsolving? Like let's say I gave one contest. I can see here in my past contest, I gave this round. Like it is showing I solved 3 out of 6 problems in this contest. So when I enter here, it will show I solved 3 questions. I was not able to solve the fourth question. So upsolving means after the contest is over, I will come and try to solve the fourth question because I was in the skill level of solving 4 problems. So to improve my skill, I should always try after the contest the fourth question. So I should give time reading the question, reading the problem statement, analyzing different test cases. And if I am not able to solve, I should always read the editorial. So what is the editorial? Editorial is the complete solution to this problem. It will be very well explained, all the different logic, how to write the code, all the related topics, it will be written there. So where to find the editorial for this question? The tutorial is here. You can see tutorial is given. You can just go here, and for this question, this was question number 4, you can come here for the tutorial. Then explanation will be given. how the solution will work, and in this solution, code will be given. Code is usually given in C++ language. And in Code Chef, as you can see, for a past contest, I will show you. Uh, Editorial will be given only for the past contest. So for a past contest, as you can see, upcoming contest, past contest, you can see here. You can find the editorial here. After opening the division, here is the link. Editorials can be found here. You can just click on this link and it will take you to another page which will be the beautiful editorial of this question. So as you can see, this is the editorial. So here you can search for different problems. Everything will be given. Like see, this is the first question, magnet sort editorial. This is the first question. You can just come here, read the. You can just read the problem statement from here, explanation from here, and the time complexity will also be given. Solutions will also be given. You can even discuss here, like in the comment box, the people can discuss. So this is the tutorial. After a contest, you should always absolve your contest. It will help you to like improve your CP skills a lot. So this is basically all the details about competitive programming, and some I would just like to give you some tips regarding competitive programming. Never be demotivated after a bad contest. We all have bad contests. As you can see here in my profile, I was just about to reach expert here. My rating was 1594. I just needed 6 points. But now I am currently at, as you can see, I fell below to 1489. So, failure is a part of the process. You will reach expert one day. And similar for code forces, you should set a target for 5 star. If you get to 5 star, you will be. It means that you are a pretty good programmer and you can solve company questions. Not, I won't say easily, but it will be a lot easier for you to like crack the logic in an actual interview. So try to set your target for 5 star and keep on giving contests. After practicing, like I said, after practicing like 10 to 20 questions in code forces, you should make a habit to give every contest. Never miss a contest. You should try to make a habit for every contest, and the contest take part very frequently. Like as you can see in code forces, tomorrow is one contest, and day after tomorrow is one contest. Like this in code chef also, I showed you day after tomorrow is one contest. The contest is very regular, so it will also help you be consistent. And you should always stay consistent in competitive programming. Like even if someday there is no contest, you should try to solve some problems on that day. So you will be consistent with the environment and all the coding activity. And remember one thing: consistency is the key in competitive programming or in DSA. You should practice coding every day. So this will be my tips regarding competitive programming. And if anybody has any questions, and you can just unmute yourself and ask any questions if anybody has any questions. Okay, I just skipped these questions. Can you please show one question type? Okay, is Ming the compiler for all coding languages? What is this Ming W compiler? I don't know about this. Can Prerna Dubey, what have you written? Is Ming W compiler for all coding languages? Hello? Okay, I'm just showing you one question type. Can you please show one question type? So there are different types of question types in the code forces and code chef. As you can come in the problem set, you can choose topics. Different as I will show you show tags for unsolved problems. So as you can see, this question belongs to the problem type of number theory. This problem belongs to the number of brute force, data structures, implementation. These are the different problem types. Like this is the greedy problem. Greedy problems are solved using basically generalizing a pattern or a trick. Implementation problems are code heavy. Logic is simple, but you have to write a lot of code. So these are the different problem types. A graph is there. Different data structures will be there, like linked list, stacks, queues, graphs, or array lists. Anything can be there. Binary search can be there. The question can come from any topic, which is a computer. Maths. Maths also comes sometimes. So the question can come from any topic. And the code chef compiler, you can also use code chef compiler to give code forces contest. Like while if you don't have any local compiler installed, you can just come here in the code forces page, and you can go to practice. uh, no, they changed the actually location after the update. You can just write code chef compiler, and it will take you to this link, and you can just use this compiler while giving the contest. So you can use this compiler while giving a CodeForces contest. It will be actually be a little slow while running your test cases. So it's always recommended to use your own local compiler. So any more doubts?
Everyone, you can ask questions by unmuting yourself or putting in the chat box.
So somebody who knows CP, then 2, they will have to go through div 3 and div 2 to attend div 1 questions. So while practicing, you can practice any level of questions. But while giving a contest, your rating will decide which contest you will give in Code Chef. Like in Code Chef, you can only give one div question, one div contest at a particular time. It will always depend on your rating. So as you can see, when as you can wait, this I'm showing you in a Code Chef contest. If you come here in the past contest, it will show you, like it will prompt you, like if your rating is below this, you can only participate in div 4 in Code Chef. And in Code Forces, you anyone can participate in div 3 or div 2. So for div 1 contest, your rating should be strictly greater than 1900. Only then you can participate in div 1 contest. So if your rating is greater than 1900, you can participate in div 1. Otherwise, you can participate in only div 1, div 2 and div 3. Your rating will decide which division you can participate. And while practicing, you can practice questions from any division. There is no restriction while practicing. You don't have to call me sir, okay? I'm just 1 year senior from you. You can just call me by my name. So any more doubts, or should we conclude the session?
Does anybody have any more doubts? So, if I think we don't have any other queries, your explanation was quite clear. Thank you so much, Aditya. It was a fantastic and quite beneficial experience. Also, thank you for your time and insight. Thank you to everyone who came. So, I guess the session is over and everyone can leave.
And thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity to like speak to a lot of people. And I hope I was clear. And if you have any more doubts, you can always ask me. एंड राइट नाउ ऑल्सो अगर किसी को कुछ डाउट है तो एकदम मस्त होके पूछ सकते हो, लाइक नो नीड टू बी फॉर्मल और एनीथिंग. Just take me as your senior and ask anything if you want. I just want that many people should come in the competitive programming scene because it's growing in India, and you should all try competitive programming once. So अगर कुछ भी पूछना you can ask like.
मुझे एक मतलब क्वेश्चन था.
हाँ.
अभी हमने अगर कुछ स्टार्ट नहीं किया लाइक कोर्सेज में और डिसाइड करना है एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट करे या वेब डेवलपमेंट सीखे, तो मतलब पहले किसको प्रेफरेंस देना चाहिए?
अच्छा, तो तुमने कौन सा लैंग्वेज किया, लाइक कोई लैंग्वेज में जिसमें कोडिंग कर रहे हो उस पर भी डिपेंड कर सकता है ये. जैसे कि मैंने एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट क्यों चुना था, क्योंकि मेरे को जावा आती है, और एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट तुम सिर्फ जावा से कर सकते हो, अनलाइक वेब डेवलपमेंट. वेब डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए तुमको एटलीस्ट 3 लैंग्वेजेस सीखनी पड़ेगी, HTML, CSS एंड जावास्क्रिप्ट. उसके बाद ही तुम एक वेबसाइट पे काम कर पाओगे, और वो भी बेयर मिनिमम होगा. उसके बाद भी तुमको सीखना होगा नोड जेएस, मर्ज स्टैक, मीन स्टैक, डिफरेंट स्टैक्स आर देयर. तो अगर तुमको अभी राइट नाउ तुमको सिर्फ एक लैंग्वेज आती है जो जावा है, और अगर तुमको वेब डेवलपमेंट में घुसना है तो यू कैन ट्राई एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट. देयर आर मेनी डिफरेंट कोर्सेज इन यूट्यूब अवेलेबल फॉर फ्री. और अगर तुमको वेब में ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है एंड अगर तुमको जावा नहीं आता स्पेसिफिकली, तो तुम वेब ट्राई कर सकती हो, वेब की कम्युनिटी ज्यादा बड़ी है. तो तुम्हारे कॉलेज में काफी लोग वेब कर रहे होंगे, तुमको हेल्प मिल जाएगी वहां से. तो दोनों के कुछ प्रोज एंड कॉन्स है, तो तुम अपने अकॉर्डिंगली देख सकती हो. अगर तुमने कुछ स्टार्ट नहीं किया, कोई लैंग्वेज तुमने स्टार्ट नहीं किया है, तो तुम जावा से स्टार्ट कर सकती हो. तुम उसे कॉम्पिटेटिव प्रोग्रामिंग कर पाओगी, डीएसए भी कर पाओगी, और एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट भी कर पाओगी. तो एक लैंग्वेज से सारा काम हो जाएगा. और वेब डेवलपमेंट में तुमको अलग से लैंग्वेजेस सीखने पड़ेंगे, लेकिन दोनों. और कम्युनिटी ज्यादा बड़ी वेब डेवलपमेंट की है राइट नाउ, तो उसमें तुमको ज़्यादा सपोर्ट मिलेगा। तुम अगर कहीं पे किसी से कुछ पूछोगी तो ज़्यादा लोग कर रहे होंगे वेब डेवलपमेंट, तो काफ़ी हेल्प मिलेगा। और काफ़ी कंपनीज लाइक इंटरव्यू में वेब डेवलपमेंट ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछती है। और अगर एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट तुम करती हो तो कुछ कंपनीज वो प्रेफर करती है, लाइक अगर एक एंड्रॉइड डेवलपर हो उनके पास। तो दोनों के प्रोस एंड कॉन्स है। तो
There is one question in the chat box.
okay, so can you tell, is building an app a way more difficult than building a website? No, building an app is not difficult than building a website. Uh, I would say it's easier to build an app than to build a website, because you only need one language. Android Studio is very good if your like laptop is or computer, whatever you have, is a decent one, 8 GB RAM, i5 8 Gen processor. Android Studio will run more or less smoothly on your laptop, and you will be having a very smooth experience. But if you have only 4 GB of RAM or a i3 processor, I won't recommend using Android Studio right now. Then you should go in web development only, because Android Studio will be very laggy in your system, and it won't be a good experience for you. So, and build for the question, is building an app a way more difficult than building a website? It's not true. In fact, building an app is actually, I think, easier than building a website.
So, which languages are used for developing apps?
Java is used. See, for front end, XML is used, and XML is very simple. You can just learn in few hours, I will say. And for the backend part, Java is used and Kotlin is used. Only one. Either you will use Java or you can use Kotlin. You can use both also, but one will do fine. So while starting as an Android developer, you can choose Java, and after you build like one or two apps, basic apps, you can shift to Kotlin. Kotlin is very similar to Java. If you know Java, it will be very easier for you to learn Kotlin.
Okay, so thank you.
So any more doubts? Or so I think there are no more doubts. So
Yeah, we can conclude the session if nobody has any doubt.
yes. So thanks for the session. Okay. Thank you for having me, and I hope I made everything clear. This was my
Yeah,
first
you have.
session, so I don't think I like took a very good session, because this was my first session ever.
No,
So
it was really understandable, everything.
okay, I know I was studying a lot, but never mind. If you have any more doubts, you can always like ask me on LinkedIn or anything, and just start doing competitive programming. It's never too late to start competitive programming, and it will help you a lot. So thank you. Mm, I'm
Thank
leaving.
you.